We got more clips from minicamps and OTAs, and today we're going to take a look at the Minnesota Vikings and get a good look at Sam Darnold. We're going to watch him toss the rock around and work through some drills. But before we do all that, you need to click that subscribe button right now. We're going hard in the paint, looking at the rookies every single day this offseason. On top of your favorite veterans, from rookie camp to OTAs, the minicamp to training camp, everything in between. You want to see what your players are doing at practice? It's going to be right here. Click that button. Stop missing out. We're looking at Sam Darnold today. Over a minute of clips. We'll run through these a few times. We'll talk some ball. Stay to the end to see what I think about the quarterback situation here with the Vikings. But that was a highlight grab that blew up social media. Here's another one I found. The Vikings do a lot of their clips on Instagram too. This is from their handle. This one's from the Score North. They do a good job at getting clips out as well. Props to them. Here's him working through some drills. Darnold, accurate downfield. The reports from what I'm hearing is he's looking good in camp. He's looking very good in practice. Grain of salt considering 7-on-7s, drills, and all that. Also, from what I heard, he's a lot more composured. I guess back in the day, he was a little bit immature from what I heard, and he's more mature now from what I'm gathering. That being said, things are looking good. They feel good about him. The media, when they're watching him play, they're saying good things about him. Seems like he's going to be the starter as of right now, as of early June. That could change. That could change quickly in season. He's got some weapons there. Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison. Those are a nasty wide receiver core. That is about as nasty as you can get. You got Hawkinson there, one of the better tight ends in the league. You better be able to do something. You better be able to do something. You got Aaron Jones from the Packers this year, good at catching the ball in the backfield, very electric. You better be able to do something. I imagine it's going to be like every rookie quarterback scenario that we've seen during the start of time here in the National Football League, where the veteran, the incumbent, the guy they picked up, the older quarterback who's been around the league will get his opportunity, will start off the season, and everything will run on whether he's hot, cold, or indifferent, and how they feel, how the season's going, how they feel McCarthy's doing, and then go from there. You get to the bye, you see how things are going. If things are rough, you make an adjustment, or you wait later into the season. And if Darnold's playing well, you keep him going. If not, or if it's middle of the road or worse, you bring in McCarthy, see what happens. McCarthy's going to climb the depth chart, but you also want to give him time to develop. You want to give him time to learn the team, learn the system. You want to make sure once he gets on the field, things are going to go smooth. Darnold looking good means that the Vikings could be better than expected. This is a quarterback battle that we're watching. My thoughts on these quarterbacks is pretty much what I just said, that Darnold should start off as the starter. More than likely will happen as we get through training camp. JJ McCarthy is eventually going to be the guy. And I think JJ McCarthy long-term is going to be the guy. I think they did not draft him to not be the guy. And I feel like they're going to have a buffer there. They want a buffer. They're also going to want competition. They would love it if JJ McCarthy comes into training camp and lights it up. They would love it. If things are different once the pads are on, or there's this big aha moment, which it could happen. It could click. And if it clicks early and he takes over in training camp, that's great. That means you're probably going to have a generational talent on your hands. That's a big time indicator. Because usually coaching staffs, coaches, are very conservative when it comes to their rookie quarterbacks. We've seen it over time. We've seen the history of that in the National Football League. We know what they want to do. If they can, they'll show their hand, and they'll want to take it slow with their rookie. We've seen that many of times before. A few times not. C.J. Stroud last year. They let C.J. Stroud cook. But they knew what they had in C.J. Stroud, and we really didn't. We didn't know they were going to let him cook. What if JJ McCarthy just comes in training camp and lights it up? Because he could potentially do that. And that would be a big sign of what you have on hands here. More than just a good quarterback. More than just the first-round quarterback. More than that. That could be it. Training camp will tell you. But if he's watching him from the sidelines and Sam Darnold's there as the starter to start the season off, no big deal. It's the usual process. He's eventually going to get his keys to the car. Sam Darnold's getting his opportunity. If Sam Darnold plays well, if you're a Vikings fan, you love it. You love it. If Sam Darnold plays good enough to keep you rolling, you're winning some games, Justin Jefferson's happy, then you're loving it. If it's worse than that, we're seeing JJ McCarthy. What do you think are the odds, and in what part of the season you think JJ McCarthy is going to be stepping in? Don't try to guess injuries or anything like that. Say if everybody's healthy, when do you think JJ McCarthy is going to be entering the starting lineup? When do you think? I feel very good that will be in 2024. I feel very good. I don't see him sitting a full year. When we watch clips on JJ McCarthy, he's slinging dots as well. He's making plays. Things are looking good. I scroll through the fan pages because that's where I got most of these from. Things are looking good about both quarterbacks. It should be. It should be. Most quarterbacks in the league, it's looking good. It's OTAs, voluntary workouts. Things should be looking good because it's pitch and catch with air, even in the 7-on-7s. 7-on-7s, these guys have been playing in 7-on-7s since they were like little kids. It's natural for them playing quarterback in 7-on-7s scenarios. That being said, they're both looking good and they're not looking bad. You got Sam Darnold. Does he kick it in gear? Does he start playing to his upside? Or is he good enough just to keep things rolling and allow JJ McCarthy to develop? Or does JJ McCarthy come into training camp and say, this is my job, things just start clicking, he starts rolling? Training camp is going to give us a clearer picture. That is also my take. Training camp will give you a clearer picture, and we've seen a lot of these OTA clips over the last month. You can tell that. Another thing about beat reporters, I know I get a lot of content from them. I try to shout them out when I can when I get their stuff. But a lot of them, when it comes to ball, finer nuances, they don't know it. They're guys going through J school, working their way up to cover it. They're reporters. They're reporters. That's what they do. They cover different sports or all that. Their job isn't to analyze players, analyze prospects, give you hit rates, look at how they're doing on the field, look at the analytics. They'll add that in their writings and stuff, but that's not their overall job. Their job is to go to events every day, look at things, and then write about what they see. And then hopefully they can keep doing it for the rest of their lives, and hopefully they're good enough to keep that opportunity. That's their job. Their job is not to evaluate. When we look at these players and we hear those rumors from them, you got to take everything with a grain of salt. What looks good to them may not actually be good, and what looks bad to them may not actually be bad. That is the truth of the matter. But that's why we look at these clips. That's why we look at these players. That's why we talk about all the angles. We talk about the good. We talk about the bad. We go back and watch the tape. We go back to the advanced metrics. We go back to all that. And we try to come up with something in the middle. We try to guess. And ultimately, sometimes the guess, even though we put in the work, sometimes off. But the work is what's fun. The work is what it's there. But what we're seeing here with Sam Darnold, he is having a good camp. He is looking good on the field. He is throwing some rockets. He does have a lot of weapons here. Minnesota is a great offense. If a quarterback decides to click, this is the perfect spot for him. If he does click, he's more likely to tap into his upside to what people thought when he was coming out for the draft during his time than what he would do anywhere else. Like, say, if he was in Carolina or anything like that, or with the Jets, or with the Niners, or with Seattle, or with this team or that team or that team. It's really hard not to tap into your upside if you're clicking, if you got Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison. Jordan Addison got Kenny Pickett drafted in the first round. So if you're worried about Darnold a lot, just keep that in the back of your mind. Maybe he can get something out of this guy. Maybe so if you're a negative Nancy. We're not negative Nancy's here. We look at the good a lot. We do look at the bad, but we go over the good a little bit more just to keep our heads right. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on the way out. One thing for watching. Catch you on the next video.